for a story. Are you ready? Here we go. Mother Skunk tucked her children up against her warm, furry belly, nuzzled them with her nose, and told them a bedtime story. Long ago, she said, when skunks were new in the world, we came tumbling out of the snow flower. And like our mother flower, we were snowy white and we smelled like fine perfume. We were soft and gentle and playful, and our tails, just as now, rose up behind us like great beautiful feathers. We saw the world and we were delighted. Springy green moss to roll on, forests of flowers to walk amongst, great hollow logs to climb upon, fragrant dirt in which to dig our dens. Off we went, scampering away from our flower mother and out to play, and we did have so much fun. We met the other animals too, and they were good company. So many interesting creatures. Our very best friends were the raccoons and the opossums because they are nearly the same size as us, so it was easy to make up games we could all play together. But one day, one of the skunks overheard a raccoon talking to an opossum, and they were talking about him. And guess what they said? They said, "He smells funny." Ooh, his feelings were so hurt. He ran to find some other skunks and told them what he had heard. They sniffed each other. All they could smell was the fine perfume of the snowflower. But then one of them said, "Hey, wait a minute. Let me smell your breath." They smelled each other's breaths, and they all had to admit that their breath smelled funny. "What have you been eating?" they asked each other. "I ate a frog," said one. "I ate some berries," said another. "I ate a mouse." "I ate some bees." "I ate a worm." "I ate some grass." "I ate some mushrooms." I ate a spider." "I ate some eggs." The list went on and on and on. Soon the skunks were a pile of rolling, giggling white fur. "Is there anything we don't eat?" they laughed. No! The skunks kept each other company. They didn't feel bad anymore since they could laugh together. But they didn't play with the raccoons and the opossums so much after that. Mother Skunk paused just then to nuzzle her babies some more. "Keep telling," they sighed. They had heard this story before, but they still loved it. So Mother Skunk continued. "Now, right around this time," she said, "other creatures came into the world. Bigger animals like mountain lion, wolf, coyote, fox, and owl. They were hungry and they liked to eat skunks. And we skunks, we were easy to find. With bright white fur, we stood out very clearly against a background of brown leaves and green grass. Snow hid us pretty well, but this didn't help much since we sleep so much of the winter. Soon, we were fewer and fewer. Finally, the larger animals had eaten so many skunks, there was only one left. She was very lonely, but it was springtime and she was expecting babies. "I would love my babies very much," she said to herself. And she thought, "I don't want my babies to get eaten right away. What will I do?" She hummed and she thought. Then she remembered how the other animals had complained about skunks' smell. She thought, If we smell very bad, maybe we'll scare off the bigger animals. It worked for our friends. Maybe it will work for our enemies. Now, Skunk knew that a funny smell had seemed to come from eating so many different things. I will eat everything, she said to herself. That night, when she went out to forage, she ate a little bit of this and a little bit of that. She even sampled some dead animals left behind by others. She even visited a smelly pile of leftovers near a human village. She gathered so many different smells into herself that soon even she could tell that she stank. Ha! She laughed. Now this is fine perfume. Night after night, she visited the garbage pile, rotting carcasses, anything she could find. The flower smell faded, and she began to stink all the time. And all this while, her belly grew bigger, and she knew that her babies would come soon. They will stink too, she thought with glee. But they will still be white and too easy to see. What can I do about that? Not far from where Skunk lived was a forest. In the summer, this forest was dry. In the winter, the forest filled up with water and became a sheet of ice. And in the spring, the ice melted, and everywhere there was thick, dark, sploopy mud. Skunk took herself to this wet forest and sank down into the mud. She left only a stripe along her back and her nose exposed to the air because she still had to breathe. She soaked in the mud for a long time, and when she was done, she came out and peered down into some still water. Perfect, she crooned. I look like the night sky with a Milky Way stripe down my back. I'm beautiful. Very soon, her babies were born. Like their mother, they were black with a white stripe. Some of them had 2 white stripes with black in between, as though a bit of mud had splashed up onto the middle of their backs. And they smelled. Well, they smelled. Now the mother skunk was not lonely anymore. She taught her babies how to dance. They made up their own dance and stamped their feet and shuffled backwards and waved their tails in the air. Skunk taught her babies that skunks are just too disgusting to eat. And if ever someone should try, the little skunks must simply do their special dance, lift up their tails, and remind everyone of how they smell. Psst. And the little baby skunks who'd been listening to this story fell fast asleep. And that is the end of the story.